G'day folks, welcome to a special Tuesday night edition. It's actually the day before a public holiday, so I can stay up late and muck around as much as I want. It's Anzac Day tomorrow, which is Australian New Zealand Army Corps. So it's basically our Veterans Day, I think it is in the United States. Yeah, it's a day in honour of our service personnel who have fallen and are still alive today. Yeah, it's going to be a cool day. So yeah, I figure I'll muck around tonight and enjoy the day off tomorrow. Probably won't even end up out in the shed. I'll just take it easy like everyone does on Anzac Day. But I was hoping to have some equipment autopsies going tonight, but I think I'm going to be playing around with the BMW a bit. I just moved all the cars around, got the BMW in, because it has been absolutely pouring with rain and now water's gotten into something. It's misfiring and carrying on at low RPMs or just dropping out whenever it wants to. Like not dropping all the cylinders but just one or two. So I'm going to take the distributor and the ignition gear apart and just make sure water hasn't gotten up into them. There was a lot of water on the road, so it's just gotten up into something. The electronics box has no tide mark in it at the moment, so that hasn't flooded again. It's something else. So let's go and have a look at it. Okay, apologise for the darkness. I don't really have much light in here, do I? There we go. Got one interior light, which doesn't help much. And that one doesn't work. That's a bit better. You can get a bit of light on the subject. Still need to adjust the brightness pickup on this camera too. I should be able to get a much better picture than this in here. It looks twice as bright on it as it does on the LCD. But either way, telling me fog lights out. I know about that one. Turn demist off. I know about the fog light warning. It's been on for a couple of days. I just haven't changed it. Just sort of sounds lumpy, like a V8 cross plane crank. And then now it starts to smooth out, but just occasionally drop one cylinder. Can't see a damn thing, can we? No. Either way, it's just dropping cylinders. I don't know if it's ignition or fuel, but I have used some of that 100 octane ethanol a while ago, but I drained the sediment out of the tank, or most of the tank, replaced the fuel filter and that sort of thing, but God knows what damage that's done too, so I don't know, it might be time for this car to go. One of the ladies at work, Deb, the lady who's given me all that awesome computer hardware, is actually replacing her Nissan Micra, and she basically said I can have it. So there's a $2,000 car for pretty much nothing. Rego's due, and I'll have to pay for roadworthy and whatever it needs for that, but between the Ford and the Micra, with the money I've got, I should be able to do both of them. It's going to be two good cheap cars. I can piss this thing off because it's just been a headache now. The Jag's going to an auto body rebuilder, so he's actually buying it off me. I'm not getting it rebuilt, but he's buying it off me along with the 350 Chev that Brad has, so I'd like to see that project when it's done. That's all I have to say. Also got a whole pile of DVD players and things from Deb as well. She just keeps giving me cool stuff, so what can I say? Thanks for the donations. Either way, yeah, I guess I better pull this damn car apart and find out what's going on. Well, I had a bit of a play around with it. It's cold, windy and raining now, so yeah. That's the ECU that I bought from the United States for about $30, back when the ECU box actually ended up full of water. Works fine, but the engine's still doing the exact same thing. So it's more than likely just water in a connection somewhere. I found a couple of connectors that were wet, so they're apart and drying. The crankshaft position sensor was my other little candidate, since that's down the bottom of near the harmonic balancer, or on the harmonic balancer. And it's related, or it's directly connected to the firing of the engine. So that's its connectors up the top where the fuel injection wiring loom goes in, but there's also a little rubber cap over it down the bottom, so if it doesn't dry out by tomorrow, like middle of the day, afternoon tomorrow, and work again, I'm going to have to pull that crankshaft position sensor off and replace it with one that I've got in stock. So yeah, either way, at least I know this ECU works fine. It's just does the same thing as everything else. And yeah, that's where Mount UPS moved to, right under my bloody computer bench. There's nowhere else to put the damn thing. Yeah, this is for Joyetech. I've tested it last night and gone through it all. I just got to buy a 4.5 amp hour 12 volt battery for it, and it runs really well. I've done quite a few. I did about an hour and a half of testing, just cycling it on and off using a 7 amp hour battery, and it ran a 130 to 180 watt load just fine. It actually performed a lot better than the plastic cased one anyway. It's replacing, so that's all yours. You can just buy it. I'll be happy to buy a battery and fit it for additional cost. It's no problem whatsoever. Yeah, I was just doing some research on the Nissan Micra actually, just refreshing myself. They're not a bad engine. It's the later model I'm getting, or the last of the K11s. Twin cam, 4-stroke, 1.3 litre 4-cylinder, 55 kilowatts, which isn't exceptional, but they still manage 0 to 110.9 seconds. A Kia Rio, by comparison, I think it's about 16 seconds to 100, so they are actually quite a quick little car, in manual form anyway. I'm getting a manual. Definitely not, I would not buy the CVT Auto, continuously variable transmission. Fuel figures are optimistic, but still 4.5 litres per 100 k's ain't too bad. Yeah, the one I'm getting is actually red. It's identical to that one, except all the bumpers are painted and it's got mag wheels on it, so it's a little bit higher spec. Either way, there's a whole article on it in Wikipedia. Micra K11, 1992 to 1997. The one I'm getting is a 1997 model. Apparently they were even offered in a diesel in Europe, which would have been nice, but they didn't offer the diesel over here, which sucks. I would actually like a diesel micro car. I mean, I could probably build one if I use that Yanmar, but that Yanmar is only 18 horsepower, and it's made for steady, constant revs rather than continuously being revved hard and accelerated, clutch, brake, whatever. I mean, it is a tractor diesel, but it's not really designed for that sort of the duty cycle of a car. So yeah, I'm not putting it in a car. I'm going to use that Yanmar diesel as a hydraulic power plant, hydrostatic power for a shredder or a crusher or whatever. Anywho, that'll do for now. Not much else. I'm going to do some air conditioning compressor autopsies tonight. So stay tuned for them, and thanks for watching.